Today we will be learning chapter 9 of physics, that is forces and laws of motion. In the earlier chapter, that is motion, we learned that whenever a body changes its position from one point to another point which are stationary, can be said that object has moved or it performed motion. Okay. Now we were not considering the cause of motion. Here we will be learning the cause of motion, why the motion happened and because of what the motion was performed. So that the reason behind the motion was force, which we will learn today. Okay. Suppose any object is placed on the table, it will not move until a force acts on it. Okay? An unbalanced force acts on it. Suppose this is kept on the object on the table, it will remain as it is until we pull it or push it. Okay? Whenever we pull, it will move. Whenever we push, it will move. Means it will change its position. And therefore, we can say, we can define force can be defined as push or pull on any object. Okay? You might have visited some office where on the door it is written either push or pull. Actually, they want to say the direction of the force. If you push, it will move. If you pull, it will come to our side. And therefore, the door opens by applying force. Okay? So force can be defined as like this. Okay? Now, what can be the effect of force? Effect of force. What can be the effect of forces? Effect of force. So, force can do change the shape of the object, change the shape and size. It can change the state of the object. Suppose the object is moving, so it can stop, or if the object is at rest, it may start moving. So it will change the state of the object. Okay. It may also change the speed. Okay. It may change the direction. It may change the direction of the object. Okay? So, these are the effects which can be created when object is applied by a certain force. Okay? What are the effects? The effects are, it can change the shape and size. It can change the state of the object. State of the object means if it is in rest, so it will start to move. If it is moving, it will come to rest. Okay? This we will remember as state. Okay. So, and it can change the speed. Suppose the object is moving at the speed of 20 km per hour and we apply force on it, it may change its speed by 30 km per hour. So, its speed can be changed. Okay? For example, when you ride a bicycle and you are applying force and suddenly you increase the force, means you increase the speed of the bicycle. Now, if we want to turn, we will apply a force and it can change the direction of the object. This direction also can be changed with this. Okay? Now, this is all about force and effect of force, balanced force and unbalanced force. Okay? So, in order to understand balanced force, suppose I have kept an object over a table, on the table, and apply force from both sides. I will apply force from this side and same this side. Okay? Or let's see from here and here. Opposite directions force are applied. So what will happen? Though both the forces are same, 50 Newton and 50 Newton. Okay. So 50 Newton forces applied. So object will remain stationary. It will not move. Okay. Such type of force are called balanced force. Okay. So we will thus remember what is balanced force. It means that, see, if I take this plus, I have to take this negative. Why? Because the directions are different, opposite direction. So when I will sum up them, the force will become 0. Means the resultant force is 0. And when the resultant force is 0, we may say the forces are balanced force. Okay? So do remember this. When the sum of the forces applied on an object is 0, we say the forces are balanced force. Now, in contrary to balanced force, if I talk about unbalanced force, if sum of the forces applied on any object is not 0, suppose take this 70, suppose I have taken 70 Newton force this side and 50 Newton force this side. So here if we sum up them, the force will not be 0. It will be some number. Okay. So here we say that force is unbalanced. Okay. When resultant force is not 0. When resultant force is not 0, we say that the forces are unbalanced force. Okay. Now let us talk about something about units of force. So when I talk about unit of force, see, unit of force means what? Unit of force. Basically, we take unit of force as Newton, okay, or Newton. You may write like this or this. Symbolically, we write capital N, and if you are writing full, we write Newton. Okay. So do remember this. Unit of force is Newton, or this way. Now, balanced force and unbalanced force, if you have to discuss more, so you can take example of tug of war. Tug of war. You have seen tug of war. A rope is being tied, and two group of teams pull it to their side. Okay. If the force applied from both sides is equal, the center will not move. Suppose the force applied is more here, so the center will move this side. This side will be winner. So until the force is unbalanced, no winner will be decided. And if the force becomes unbalanced, we may say that one team has won and other team has lost. Okay. Cycle, I told you earlier, cycle. When you paddle the cycle, and suppose the wind blowing is against your moving direction. So what will happen? The wind will try to make you stationary because it is applying force opposite direction as you are applying force on the cycle. So in order to overcome that force, you have to apply the pedal more forcefully. Okay. Similarly, if you are moving in the same direction as the wind, you need to apply, you need to give the force to the pedal very little as compared to the earlier one. In the first case, what was there? If we have unbalanced force creates, only then you can move. Otherwise, you would have not moved. In both the cases, we can say. Okay. This is what about balanced and unbalanced force. Okay. Now our topic is inertia. Actually, to understand inertia, let's see an example. Suppose a stone is kept over on anywhere. You will see that the stone will not move. Okay. Suppose I am applying force on it to move, but the force is not sufficient to get the object, the stone, move. Where does this force goes then? Okay. So basically, when I apply force on the stone tries to resist its motion and tries to be at rest. Okay. And this property of any object which tries to be at rest or in motion. Suppose the object in motion, so it will continue to be in motion until I apply force, external force on it. Okay. And object at rest will remain at rest only until unbalanced force acts on it. Okay. So I will say कि inertia means what? कि the state of a body to continue its state. Suppose it is in motion, it will continue to be in motion. It is in rest, so it will continue to be at rest. Basically, if I need to define inertia, it is the inability of the body to change by itself state of rest or state of motion. Okay, whatever we discussed, it means the same thing. कि the inability, मतलब कि not having ability to. Okay, if the object cannot change itself in state of rest or state of motion, we say the property is inertia. So basically, inertia is the property of a body which tries to tends to keep the object at rest or in motion, whatever the condition may be. Okay, so it is inertia. Now inertia can be of three types. First is inertia of rest. Inertia of rest. Second is inertia of motion, and third is inertia of direction. Inertia of direction. Okay. Now what is inertia of rest? When body cannot change its state of rest to motion. Suppose the object is at rest, it will remain only at its rest position. Then we say that inertia of rest. For example, if I say a person sitting on the bus, a stationary bus, and a person is sitting on the seat of the bus. Okay. Suppose bus starts moving, what will happen? The person will jerk to the back side. Why it happens? Because when the bus or train started moving, the body was at inertia of rest and it tried to be at rest. The person who was sitting on the seat tried to be at rest, but the train or bus started moving. This state makes the object, a body, to move a lean backward. Okay, this is called inertia of rest, because the body tries to keep itself as in rest position. Okay. Now inertia of motion. Inertia of motion means when the object tries to be moving, means to move only. Okay, it doesn't stops. For example, when a person sitting on a moving bus and suddenly the bus stops, Actually, the driver applied brake on the bus, not on the person. So what will happen? The bus will try to come into rest position, but the body will try to move as it was moving earlier. So body will move forward, lean forward. This is what about inertia of motion. When the body does not make to change its state of motion. Now comes inertia of direction. Inertia of direction is when the direction is changed of an object. We say, okay, that object has changed its direction. Okay. Let's see example of inertia of direction. See, suppose you are sitting, you are on a moving train, and suddenly you drop your leg, you try to jump over the train. What happens? Suddenly, when you lean your leg on the floor, your leg comes to the rest, but the upper part of the body is still in motion. So it will change, lean forward, and thus direction is changed. Okay, this is how we say that inertia of rest, inertia of motion, inertia of direction works. Now our next topic is children. Our next topic is momentum. Okay, momentum is very important concept. Momentum is denoted by P. Okay, it is a mathematical concept and we write as m into v. Okay, m into v. Okay, m into v. This m is mass, v is velocity. This is called momentum. Symbol of momentum. Okay. Now, children, when suppose take example, take a bullet in your hand and strike it on a glass. What will happen? Nothing will happen. Take the same bullet and strike it with the help of, on that glass only, strike it with the help of gun. What will happen? The glass will break off. For example, take and hit that bullet on the wall. Nothing will happen. But if we take a gun and hit the wall, it will strike off. It will go inside the wall. Why it happens so? Because we know that when we throw it with our hand, the velocity is very less. Mass is, although in both the cases mass was stationary, but the velocity in both the cases changed. In the when I fired with the help of gun, the velocity was very large. So the multiplication of this m and v becomes very large, and therefore the momentum increases. Okay, and when velocity was less, momentum was less. Okay, and has no effect on the wall. Suppose take a truck and a cycle. A truck and cycle. If they are moving and they got stuck, they got an accident, what will happen? The cycle will be there will be damage in the cycle. Why so? Because the momentum of the truck will be more as compared to cycle, because the mass of the truck is more and cycle has less mass, and therefore the momentum of the truck will be more. Okay, so now we conclude that if the mass of the object is more, its momentum will be more, and suppose its velocity is more, so momentum will be more.